we are back with yet another competition vlog, this one at Wisconsin on Ice 2026, and it is another competition that is decently small. It has 6 events, so I could get a decent amount of solves here. I don't exactly know how many finals I'm gonna make, but we'll just try to make as many as possible. First up, I have to scramble 7x7, which is crazy, but then I get to compete in 7x7, so we'll see what I get.
Coming into this competition, I knew 7x7 would be my best chance at PRing, so I'm just hoping I get good times here.
7x7 has been completed. I got a PR, so that is pretty cool. I don't have to worry about getting another one for the rest of the day, and I keep my PR streak alive for another month or so, assuming there's no competitions that pop up in between then, which I don't think they would. Next up is 3x3. It's a pretty intense, tough event. We'll see if I can get into the second round. I'm most likely going to, but who knows, maybe something weird happens. And yeah, see the times I get in the first round.
I like 3x3 round 1 at the beginning of the day because it doesn't really matter, and I know I'll likely get into round 2, assuming there is more than 2 rounds. But I still would want to get good times if I can help it, so let's see if I can.
3x3 has been completed, and I got a 12 average, which is below average for me in competition at least, and I hope I can get something better in the second round because I'm obviously going to make the second round with that. Next up, we have 2x2. It's going to be interesting to see what I get there. I don't exactly know. It just depends on luck, kind of, so we'll see what happens.
I was a bit nervous here because I hadn't had 2x2 in competition for a good amount of time, so let's see if it affects my times or not.
2x2 has been completed, and that was not that great. I mean, I did get a 4 average, which isn't the craziest thing in the world. I do get those at home a lot. In competition, I typically get 3 averages, and I just didn't there. It was just, I completely sold. So let's hope square 1 goes better. I mean, I don't expect it to, but we'll see.
Making square 1 finals was pretty much impossible for me, so I was just going to hope to see if I could get as many good times as possible.
Square 1 has been completed, and I got a 20 average, which isn't going to make finals, but I mean, whatever average I got was not going to make finals. That's pretty difficult. I did get a decent solve on the first one, and I got a bad solve on the third one, but because the other solves just averaged out to about a 20 average, which is about normally what I get in competition. I don't do square 1 too much in competition just because there isn't much square 1. After lunch, we have one-handed, which I hope is going to go decently. I don't expect it to again because I don't actually have my one-handed main on me, but we'll see what happens.
There were no finals or anything to make for one-handed, so I was just hoping in these 5 solves I would be able to get something good. Probably not a PR, but let's see if I can get some good times.
The 3x3 one-handed has been completed, and I got a decent average, especially for not having my main. It did work well with that cube. That cube did work well, so I mean, I could use it as my main. Maybe I'll compete with the other cube for it to see if I get better times. I mean, I will take a 22 average. Obviously, I can't get into another round because that is the only round, so I'm just going to have to move on. But next up is Skewb, which I care about even less than every other event here, so as long as I don't get a 10 average, I'm fine.
It would be a miracle if I could somehow make finals, but who knows, it's Skewb, anything could happen. I never updated Skewb, but I can tell you I actually did make finals at 16th place, which was kind of crazy, so we'll see what I do in finals later, but now is important. It is 3x3 second round. This would determine if I make finals depending on what average I get, so let's hope I get some good times here.
I completed it 3x3 second round, and I'm not going to be able to make it into the finals, so that kind of sucks. I really was hoping to make it there. I feel like I made it there a lot of these competitions recently, so I guess I was bound to have one where I didn't. Hopefully I can have better luck for 2x2 because like my heart cannot take me missing 2 finals barely at the same competition for 2 of the more important events. So let's just hope I get good scrambles and I clutch up.
Next up is 2x2 second round, and after just missing out on 3x3 finals, I wanted to at least be able to make this one. While we wait for those 2x2 results to come in, it was time for 7x7 finals, which I somehow made. So let's see if I can get anything crazy.
Two by two round 2 and 7x7 finals have been completed, and for 2x2 round 2 I ended up clutching up and I got a mid 3 average, which was enough to get me into finals, so we'll see that later. And as for 7x7 finals, which I made at the beginning of the day, I did get a double PR, which was very nice. I don't exactly know what the average was, but it was probably in the 420s of some sort, so I will certainly take that. And next up we have 2x2 finals and Skewb finals.
I'm in Skewb finals, but I don't think it could possibly go better than the first round, so let's just see if it somehow can. My final event of the day was 2x2. I was lucky to clutch up in the second round to have this opportunity, so let's hope I don't waste it.
The competition is now over. I've completed 2x2 finals and Skewb finals. Skewb finals was a disaster that I am not going to talk about. It wasn't like the biggest fail of all time, but it was just not good. And then 2x2 finals, I actually did do pretty good. I was pretty consistent, except for the last solve. I did get all my times under 3.5 seconds, which is what I hope to see in the future. I got like a low 3 average. So overall, I would say it was a decently successful competition. I got a few 7x7 PRs that were pretty decent, and also made it into a few finals, even if 3x3 wasn't one of them. I don't know if I would say that this one was better than the one we had last weekend, but I would still say it was worth it. Our next competition is planned for February 28th, so I will see you probably the weekend afterwards for another vlog, and I will see you then for the next one.